Yoga Philosophy for Everyday Living, a podcast to bring the ancient wisdom of yoga to inform your everyday living on and off the mat. Hi, I am your host, Monica Phillips. So often we sabotage ourselves because of the chatter in our heads. This podcast will take you through the 8 limbs of yoga with leading yoga instructors and introduce you to executives who have brought yoga into their lives so they can thrive. Please listen, subscribe, and share it with a friend. Welcome to episode 1 of Yoga Philosophy for Everyday Living. I'm your host, Monica Phillips. In this episode, we explore the question, what is yoga? With short clips from leading yoga instructors and executives who lead through practice. When I say I'm a yoga instructor, sometimes I hear people say, oh, I'm not flexible, or oh, I'd like to try that sometime, but I'm not sure how to get started, or I'm not in shape yet. Sometimes people tell me they like a more active workout and can't sit still in yoga. And of course, I know so many friends who've tried several kinds of yoga or tell me what kind of yoga they practice, vinyasa, kundalini, gentle yoga, hot yoga, and more. That's awesome. Yoga can be so many things. And throughout this series, we'll strip away the layers of the artichoke to get to the heart of yoga. Now let's hear what the experts have to say.
Yoga it means union, and it really is uniting our body, our mind, our breath, and our spirit, because most times we're fragmented in one way. And so it's bringing those together so that we feel fully content.
When a person asks the question, who am I? What is beauty? What is truth? And what is God? Yoga is the realization that the answers to all of those questions is the same.
Yoga is the union of the individual self with the universal self.
Yoga today, because it changes every day, yoga feels like connection to the self, coming back to true self every single day.
Yoga is an ability to connect and to live in the moment and to show up for each other. That's what it means for me.
So it focuses on wellness practices for both the body and the mind. It helps you accept any situation the way it is, not the way you wanted it.
I think yoga is about relationships. So whether that means the relationship of what your hand and foot are doing in the asana practice, the physical practice, and that also can mean the relationship of your mind to your breath, to your body, to your surroundings. I think it's about relationship, and that means it's personal and individual to you.
It is the practice of learning to be comfortable in uncomfortable positions.
In general, people tend to think of yoga as a spiritual practice. We've heard that the word yoga means union. For me, yoga is a path by which we can cultivate a deeper sense of resonance with ourselves, with a very deep sense of self.
The longer I'm in this yoga game, the more I understand that to mean our ability as individual humans to be able to connect, yoke, unite, reunite with something bigger than just ourselves. At least for in my definition, that the purpose of the poses of the asana is secondary behind having a greater experience of connecting to your highest self.
Yoga is the way that we quiet our mind so we can see truth in our lives.
Met one of my teachers and mentors, and his name is Dr. Richard Miller, and he is the head of I Rest Yoga Nidra, and he refers to yoga as the inquiry into our timeless nature. When I get to that quiet place, everything is there inside of me. There's clarity, there's calm, there's truth. It's that true nature that we are.
Yoga is the control of the thought waves of the mind. Through yoga, I could consciously decide to change my reactions. And that was perfect for coaching.
Yoga is developing a different relationship to all that stuff that goes on inside, all the thinking, feeling, sense of I-ness. It's letting that all drop down and having a different relationship to it.
Thank you for joining me for Yoga Philosophy for Everyday Living. Please learn more about our guests in the show notes and check out their awesome yoga classes. Subscribe, like, and share this podcast with a friend. And please send me your feedback. I would love to hear from you. You can learn more at sparkpluglabs.co.